Hello my loves. So I wanted to do a video on confidence today. Now you'll have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a husky voice after getting over the cold from hell, and I've got a little bit of a red crusty nose, but you're just gonna have to take me as I come today because this is what we're dealing with. But one of the problems that a lot of clients come to me with is low confidence. Like, how do I build my confidence up? And for me, the foundation of true core confidence comes from a solid self-love practice. And I know sometimes people can say the word self-love and you're like, ugh, like it's so overused, and I get that, but it's also fundamental if you want to have confidence. And self-love, a massive part of self-love is about the way we speak to ourselves. And the way we speak to ourselves can either give us confidence and lift our levels of confidence, or it can tear us down. And every day we have a choice. We can either think thoughts and speak to ourselves in a way that is going to lift us up, that it's going to support us, that it's going to encourage us and inspire us, or we can say things that are self-deprecating, that are going to make us question our worth, if we're good enough. And all you've got to think is, how do you feel when you're thinking those things? You don't feel confident, right? Like your head's down, your shoulders are slumped, you're almost trying to make yourself smaller. Whereas if somebody gives you a compliment on something or something about you or something you've done, you're like, instantly your whole state changes, your physiology changes, your posture changes, the way you hold yourself, the way you speak. So it's super important to look at, how do you speak to yourself? So I want to ask you, get yourself a pen and paper and just write down, give yourself 60 seconds, pause this, and just write down all the negative things that you say about yourself on a daily or weekly basis. Get them all down and get as many as you can. And then I want you to have a look at that list. And I want you to bring to mind a younger person in your life, whether it's a little sister, whether it's a daughter, whether it's a niece or even a nephew, somebody in your life who is young, who is impressionable, and who you love and care for. And I want you to imagine them sat in front of you, looking up to you, and you say everything on that list that you just wrote down. Whether it's you're not good enough, you're fat, ugh, why do you think you can do that thing? All those shit things. Imagine saying it to that person. Horrible, right? And the sad truth is, there are unfortunately some children who are brought up hearing negative things. Now, how do you think those kids are going to behave as adults? What kind of beliefs do you think they're going to have? Do you think they're going to live their life thinking, I can do anything that I put my mind to because I believe in myself? Or do you think they're probably going to have a hell of a lot of trauma and emotional stuff to work through? Probably the latter. So my question to you is, why can you not say that to that little person in your life that you adore? But why is it okay for you to say it to yourself? Because there's no difference. Yes, little people are impressionable, but so are we. We take on what we hear. And if we're constantly hearing through our own thoughts and self-talk, you're shit, you're fat, of course you didn't get that job, of course he doesn't want to go on another date with you because you're this, that, or the other, then do you think that is feeding your self-confidence? Absolutely not. So now I want to ask you to write down a new piece of paper. Write about everything that you love about yourself, as much as you can. Get it all down. What do you really love about yourself? What are the qualities, the traits, the things about you that you admire? And get them down. And look at that list. And I'm going to assume there's less on the what you love about yourself list than there is about the negative list. I bet when I asked you to write the negative list, you were like rolling up your sleeves like, right, I've got loads, let's get it all down. Why is it so hard to write down about the things that you really love and value and appreciate about yourself? So I just want you to become more mindful of that and think, when you think something about yourself, if you wouldn't say that to a little person or someone that you care or love in your life, then do not say it to yourself. Because those thoughts are either feeding your confidence or tearing it down. And you have a choice. So I want you to choose more empowering thoughts every single day. And notice when a negative one pops up, because it will, it's inevitable. We're human, right? We're wired to, it's easier to go to the negative thought than it is to the more positive one. But as soon as you start to become aware and conscious of that, you catch it, notice it, and then switch it as fast as you can. Switch it for something that's going to be more empowering, more inspiring, that's going to make you feel good, that's going to make you hold your head a little bit higher, push your shoulders back and be like, yeah, I can do that thing. So I just wanted to share that because I talk a lot about self-confidence and self-love, but they are so intrinsically linked. You can't have one without the other. You can't be confident and not have a love and appreciation for who you are and where you are in your life. So I want you to just have a think about that as you go through your week this week. In what ways can you improve the way that you talk to yourself? Start talking to yourself like you are someone that you love. So I will leave that one with you. Have a wonderful week. Apologies about the croaky voice and the red nose. Hopefully it won't be so bad next time. See you later.